Okay, we have a lot to get to tonight. Film legend and searing Trump critic Robert De Niro is joining us, and I'll be asking him all about his expectations for next week. Also, we now know who Anonymous is. Please applaud. The former Homeland Security official who enraged Donald Trump while publishing his 2018 New York Times op-ed calling Trump impetuous, adversarial, petty, and ineffective. But first, there are now just 6 days left for America to decide who will lead our country for the next 4 years. Now, at a breaking point and desperate for progress on the economy, race relations, and a coronavirus crisis that has taken more than 228,000 lives and infected millions more. Now, in the face of these numbers, Trump continues to utilize his favorite form of gaslighting, which is lying through his teeth about the COVID surge. Even getting the so-called White House Science Office to say Trump ended the pandemic, even as the nation hits record cases and hospitalizations. Now, first of all, you should never trust anything affiliated with Trump called the Science Office. And secondly, a lie of this magnitude is deliberately harming you and your loved ones and stoking a Trumpian delusion around the pandemic. But that delusion is getting punctured every day by none other than COVID itself.
All they talk about is COVID, 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 and we've made such progress. It's incredible.
The state shattered a new case record.
El Paso sees yet another day of 1,000 plus new cases.
The hospitals have said that they may have to start rationing care.
It's very clear that we're in an alarming state right now.
You turn on and you say, cases have jumped, cases, because we do. Now, if we did half the testing, we'd have half the cases.
The cases are actually going up. They're real because hospitalizations and deaths are starting to go up again.
We're rounding the corner. We're rounding the corner beautifully.
I can just say from being at the bedside for patients' deaths that this is not a hoax, and this takes a real toll on Americans' lives.
Ah, the truth. And then last night, blue lips in Magaland. Hundreds of Trump supporters were left stranded for hours in freezing temperatures after a super spreader rally in Omaha, Nebraska, because buses couldn't get them home long after Trump flew away in the toasty comfort of Air Force One. The perfect metaphor for the Trump campaign? Joe Biden sure thinks so.
Just look at what happened last night in Omaha after the Trump rally ended. Hundreds of people, including older Americans and children, were stranded in sub-zero freezing temperatures for hours. Several folks ended up in the hospital. It's an image that captures President Trump's whole approach to this crisis. He gets his photo op and then gets out. He leaves everyone else to suffer the consequence of his failure to make a responsible plan.
And joining me now is Democratic pollster and strategist Cornell Belcher and Charlie Sykes, editor-at-large of The Bulwark. Charlie, I got to go to you first because it strikes me that Joe Biden cares more about Donald Trump supporters than Donald Trump does. Donald Trump, right before, when he was out there in the cold, was like, oh, I didn't even wear a hat because, ha, 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 what better place is there to be in 10-degree, weather with all these senior citizens, and then left them stranded.